Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. The greatest night of the year, July 3rd. I'm going to watch one of the greatest movies to ever be made. But we're not alone. Lorne Dixon. You're muted, stupid.
Why did you do that to me? I even had something brilliant set up.
Aha!
Yeah, whatever.
And that's not all. Mr. Bombastic.
I was not told Lorne would be here. This wasn't in the contract.
This is an intervention, sir. You can't go anywhere.
But wait, there's more.
What's up?
Mr. Daniel Schein from Fleshwind Features. How are you this evening,
The
pal?
cat and the hat.
I'm doing well.
I feel like my chin is underdressed for this evening.
just a tad.
Must be cold.
Grab one of your cats and just snuggle up. It's just about the same.
Give me 3 days, I can have it. I mean,
so it looks like tonight we will be doing a Friday the 13th, a new beginning live commentary, folks. Kidding, of course. We're going to be doing the lovely Return of the Living Dead, my all-time favorite movie. They've never made anything better.
definitely my favorite all-time soundtrack.
Soundtrack is unfuckwithable.
I was looking for my original from '86 that I bought through mail order, but this is the reissue from Real Gone Music, which is beautifully green.
Oh yeah.
But my original has engraved on the center of the record, where no normal person would ever notice. On one side it says, "I hit the fucking brain," and on the other side it says, "You mean the movie lied," engraved in the record.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's see what we get out of the chat. Get this asshole. $5 says he sleeps through the alarm he set on his flip phone before he took his warm milk nap, and the stream doesn't happen. That only happened one time, pal. Okay?
That's for Jess Graham.
Be careful or you'll turn into a Return of the Living Dead 2 commentary out of spite. I went nuclear with Friday 5.
Yeah.
Jess Graham says he's been offline 24 hours. What the hell did he come back to? Magic. Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
That's right up his alley.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Lawrence.
zero sugar, though.
Lauren's stealing your gimmick, Jess.
Well, if Jay steals my entire set, then I can steal someone else's gimmick.
True.
You guys have this. This is a good guide to all the movies.
I had it, and then I traded it for a poster, for a Mr. Monster poster that was out of print.
Oh.
Unfortunately, lost it. I had to sell the poster, actually. Made good money on it, frankly, because it was out of print, so it was worth some cash to some horror punk fans.
Was the crack you bought good?
Oh, delicious.
Good.
I just eat crack, by the way. I don't smoke it.
Yeah, you put it in like one of those pepper grinders and you just kind of throw it away.
The problem is you have to use the glass vials, and that leaves like black residue on the fingertips.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Billy Bean in the house says it's free on HBO Go. Is that still a thing?
But HBO isn't free, so it's not really free, right?
Right. Well, it's true. Cliff Booth says it's his favorite horror movie. Fantastic.
Horror.
Horror? I got this shitty, like, Buffalo accent. So, like, horror, it sounds like I'm saying horror. I love horror movies.
Horror. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah. So, like, horror, as much as it is just kind of like, aha, it's a funny way to say it, it also just kind of, like, conveys what the fuck I'm trying to get out of my mouth, so.
It's not the weirdest thing you've ever tried to get out of your head mouth.
Hey.
It's a horror movie.
Yeah.
For hooers.
We're watching Hoors. Oh, we got second row of people. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Slaughterport.
I'm too far away now.
What's up, guys?
We all got small.
Smaller.
Happens when it gets cold.
Not HBO. HBO Max. That's good.
There was shrinkage.
It's good that it's streaming somewhere. I mean, So if you got HBO Max, apparently Return of the Living Dead is on there. I don't ever bother checking because I'm stupid to see where it's streaming. To have that information available to people. So apparently, you could rent it from Prime or YouTube, I would imagine as well. It's on HBO Max if you've got that. Or you could, sail the high seas, as it were. So I don't know. What are we watching it on tonight, fellas? What are we going with?
I own the digital on Vudu. I'm trying to see if it's.
I got the first, I think, Blu-ray release.
Yeah, I'm not set up in my TV room, so.
Yeah.
But luckily, I have it digitally, so it's all good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not either. That would be preferable, I think.
I have a television here, so I could do that. But every time I do it, the whirling sound from the built-in Blu-ray player is too loud, and so it becomes distracting. So yeah, I'm just streaming it too on the lowest possible settings.
Hey, isn't that the best way to watch it?
Well, probably, really. Although there is a Turkish VCD on eBay of it right now. That's going for $60. That should be fascinating and pixelated. Wonderful.
Turkish
VCD.
Yeah.
Yikes.
The Turks have all the best horror releases on VCD. They really do. They really do. That's not a bluff.
Oh, VCD, what?
I don't think that was a Turkish accent.
Nope. Sure wasn't.
I don't know any Turks.
Literally never heard one speak.
John Evernall, listen to our interview.
Yeah, really. That's a good place to start.
You figure this out on your own. I'm done. Well, I'll preface this ahead of time. I'll say it ahead of time, I guess, whatever. We're apparently going to let off all the fireworks in the Western New York area tonight. So if you hear any loud banging noises on my end, that's all it is. No one's being shot. I assure you.
Tarman looks like a big poo monster in the background there.
A little bit.
Shit.
It's kind of like that episode of South Park where Cartman has that little revenge company, and it's just, different swatches of poop to smear on the walls.
I was going to go with Dogma.
Yeah, the
Maybe
shit
that's-
monster.
The shit
I forgot what
monster.
they called it.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour. It's the
With the
Seven
juice
Gray.
box. Eating like a 7-year-old who just got home from school.
Just had some tacos with it. Cheers, Lauren.
It doesn't taste like this. Does not taste like the Kool-Aid when I was a kid, and it probably has been that long since I've had Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I haven't been
It's severely different than how I remember it.
a lot sweeter, less sweet, better
Well,
flavor.
this is the zero sugar, which didn't exist, obviously.
Oh,
right?
what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
you-
why. You can't give
can
a
you-
fair comparison.
Can you do that?
I mean, Kool-Aid is basically just sugar, right?
I was gonna say I was under the impression that
Food coloring.
that was
You know what it tastes like? It tastes like the outer coating of wax that surrounds a sun-kissed, star-kissed, but not the actual star-kissed.
Starburst.
Starburst, yeah.
I was say, I thought you were talking about tuna for a minute. I'm like, dude, if your Kool-Aid tastes like
Listen,
tuna.
I'm tired and I'm drinking kids' food. I'm not going to be surprised by anything that comes out of my
I'm
mouth.
tired and I'm drinking kids' food.
I'm
Lorne
tired
Dixon
and I'm
story.
drinking kids.
Ew.
Food.
No.
Sorry for the pause.
That's a different gentleman's story. We won't talk about him. Are we all queued up? We ready to go? Or
Yep. I'm on the Vuda.
oh, another voodoo gentleman. So I think for everyone, this will be starting with the
Orion.
Are you starting with the Orion? My video starts with the true events warning. The video, but I guess I don't know. I'll stall for another minute or two. What was the first time you guys saw this movie? What's your first memories of it?
Man.
Uh,
Go ahead.
Go for it.
No, everyone at once.
Cool.
Actually, the first time I got to see this movie, I think I was 16 or 17, and I'll never forget it because I got to see it. It was my first Scarefest convention, and they had it playing at the Kentucky Theater 135. So that was my first experience with it.
I was probably like 4, 5, something like that, and blew my mind then. Tarman forever etched in my head, and Linnea Quigley probably more than anything. Yeah,
And her Barbie parts.
there you go. Absolutely.
I was probably 12 or 13, and Walmart usually does around Halloween that one end cap full of just horror movies, and this was one of like the $5 DVDs. So I picked up a bunch of them, and I love the movie ever since, especially the Linnea Quigley scenes. That really stuck with me as a 13-year-old kid.
Jess Graham, say words.
I think on TV when I was younger, but I really didn't get into it till maybe 20 years ago. Then I rented it on VHS and DVD over and over again.
Someone needs to help a child screaming for their mother.
That was me.
Mommy.
Mom's on it. We're good.
Cool. So the very first issue of Fangoria magazine I picked up was the issue that had that covered Return of the Living Dead. So this would have been in '84 because it was before the film had come out. And the film actually was released after it was originally announced. It was supposed to be out a good 8 months before it was. So I was like conniving for that entire time about how I was going to convince someone in my family to take me to go see the R-rated film. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. So I had to wait for video, which was quite a few years later. I probably saw it in '87 or '88 on VHS, and it completely lived up to those photos in that Fangoria issue, that's for sure.
Yeah, this movie is just terrific, damn it. I think,
Oh,
I know for a fact that it's so much fun. The first time I saw it, I told the story before. Like, I grew up thinking Return of the Living Dead Part 2 was like the beginning of a franchise. Like, it was just like, because that movie is so over the top comedically. Like, it's just a whole joke. The whole title of the movie is a joke. Because first off, it's Return of the Living Dead, and then it's Part 2. It's like, okay, yeah, I get it. It's funny. And then, the third one, they made the third one. So it wasn't until probably 10 years after I'd first seen Part 2 that I saw the original. It blew my fucking mind, man. It's so cool. The music was sick. The Cramps, 45 Grave, Rocky Erickson, TSOL.
The Jet Blackberries.
Jet Blackberries. It's that record is unfuckable.
From Rochester, New York.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw them 7 or 8 years ago, I think.
At the Loving Cup?
Montage Music, unfortunately.
Okay. I thought we were at the same show.
No.
Because they only played like 6 shows on that reunion, reunion with the new singer.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's all you can get, I believe, off of iTunes or Apple Music, excuse me.
Nope. They have all they have all 3 albums, and both.
Really?
They have the New Math record, and now just as of Tuesday, they have the demos as well. The New Math demos from '79.
Excellent.
So there's plenty of Jet Blackberries to be had.
That's good stuff. I'm gonna dig into that some more then.
My favorite band.
That Pseudo Echo song from your favorite movie. For years they only had the live version of it, which is not nearly as fun. Say what you will about the movie, that song it's a good listen. But anyway, like Linnea Quigley blew my mind. The Tar Man, just and like the ending is one of my favorite endings in cinema. But
So let me ask you this steak, like, because I always had much more of a crush on Joel Shepard.
Oh, Joel
Always.
Shepard's terrific too. But
I think I just love the fact that she's like this completely bitchy new wave girl who completely falls apart, and I just love it.
yeah, it's fun to see her fall apart
Yeah.
over the course of the movie. But I don't know, Linnea, the pink hair, the attitude, like
The boobs.
boobs. and
Boobs
not
went a
for
long
nothing.
way.
Not for nothing. On basic cable, you really couldn't tell that was an appliance down below.
No, but I was severely confused.
I was like, damn, holy shit. They could do that back then? But, I pause it, try to look, and of course, it's that old kind of that shaky pause, so you can never really get a good look anyway. So it's like, what the fuck?
I bet like every VHS copy of that is a little worn right there.
Yeah. I figure we might as well go ahead and get started then, gentlemen. So I've got my copy queued up to right as the True Events card or whatever you want to call it shows up.
Okay.
So I'll count down from 3 to 1, and then I'll say play. When I say play, you hit that play button. Lauren, do you understand? Are you with us?
I absolutely do.
Hang on, man. That was too complicated. My dick's stuck in my desk drawer here.
All right. So 3, 2, 1, play.
Uno.
Damn it, he got it.
The events portrayed in this film are all true. In Louisville, Kentucky. Not Louisville, Lauren. Louisville.
What?
Louisville.
Louisville.
No, I will pronounce my syllables. Thank you.
I say Louisville
Ooh, wow.
because I'm a nice guy.
Louisville.
Jay
Louisville.
Stingray says there's a snake in his butt.
Again?
How else are you going to get the gerbil out?
There you go.
Didn't I have that fucking solution? Did I come up with that solution the other day?
It's a logical solution. You got a gerbil. You need it going. Fucking Clu Gulager. What a name, by the way.
Is there anybody better though than Clu Gulager in
Clu
history?
No.
Just like not just movies, just like the history of the world.
Clu Gulager puts up with less shit than Clint Eastwood and Gran Torino. Like, he makes that dude look relaxed. I ain't putting up with none of your fuckering.
Good boy, James Karen.
I like him too.
Yeah,
He was randomly in Any Given Sunday.
yeah.
Well, James Karen shows up in Lost Highway. Not Lost Highway, Mulholland Drive. And I'm always like, the idea of this movie colliding with David Lynch's kind of an otherworldly thing.
I also love how the movie just seems to take off.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, guys,
Yeah, this is all based on true events.
So no, but here's the thing, guys. The structure of this film is exactly Night of the Living Dead. Precisely. So this is basically Barbara and her brother showing up to the cemetery. It's structurally it's the same movie, which is why it works so great as a sequel to Night of the Living Dead.
Set of chompers in their place.
Where do they get all the skeletons with perfect teeth? I'm going to ask you a serious question. How many people you know died with a beautiful, perfect?
He lived to a ripe old age of 94.
Yeah.
So,
He only recently passed away.
yeah, I've never had a bad experience with anybody from this movie. Don Calfa, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I felt bad because I didn't bring him up in my little stupid talking horror video about this movie. I think I'm gonna have to redo that one down the line. Just give it the proper respect. But
Somebody's.
Yeah, someone is not muted and they're way in a different spot than I am.
yeah,
Yeah, I thought so too.
who's effing up? Are we all in the freezer with the corpses?
That's
what
where
I'm-
I'm at.
Dave, what's up, bro?
The pocket protector is something you just don't see anymore.
There's good reasons for that, I think.
Just fucked up pockets everywhere these days.
So this is such an exaggeration for its time period of what punks look like. It's
Yeah.
hilarious. I mean, they're all great archetypes of each like classification of punk. That's what's cool and obviously right, but they're exaggerations. Like no one fucking looked like this.
So that bum there, I believe, is the set designer. Fucking, what the hell's his name? Bill Stout? Is that it? Lorne, you genius.
I don't know.
Good, go away.
Whose show is this?
The,
Who's supposed to do the fucking research?
Well, research does not compute on this channel, pal.
It's an exploded skull.
I know Miguel Nunez was homeless when he got the job.
Yes.
So kind of
Times
saved him.
Sharon 508 is where I am.
I think you might be a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just hitting 5 minutes right now.
I'm at 522. So
Jesus Christ. Must have-
No fucking spoilers then.
did he start fucking the split dog yet? Where you are?
No, I don't have the unrated cut.
I think you got a different copy.
Yeah.
The work print of this thing is widely available.
Is
Mine.
it,
It's almost the quality of it. It's the problem. Oh, it's way different. It's way
Yeah.
different. But
Really?
the quality is a big issue with. There's no good quality version of it, so you have to really put up with a lot of just bad transfer issues. But it's widely available.
The Darrell Chemical Company.
shout out.
I love that there's a bowling trophy in this office. That's so fucking perfect.
Is Clue Goulier still alive?
Yes.
My God.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be 800 by now.
Yeah.
He looks good. He looks healthy.
I mean,
For 800.
yeah, he's got to look like he's starting to turn into jerky, though, right? Like, there's no way he's not drying out.
God damn it, Jesse!
So the whole backstory of telling like the Night of the Living Dead story is basically they're coming to get you, Barbara. So no one likes to talk about this because we don't like to talk about this and Night of the Creeps and other films like that. But this film really did not do as well as we like to remember it.
No.
No.
No, of course it didn't.
No, I talked about Night of the Creeps. They made like a tenth of their budget in the box office. Like that
And
movie just shit the bed, unfortunately.
the biggest problem with this movie is that they went full national. They didn't go for a regional rollout on it. And it's exactly the wrong kind of film to open nationally. Not that you have a choice today, but back then you did.
Right.
You needed word of mouth to push this film along. And that would have happened on a city-by-city rollout. But just throwing this thing out there and competing in the open marketplace, it didn't have a chance.
No.
Great ad campaign, though. Cutting that trailer to 45 Graves Party Time, amazing. It's a masterclass in advertising that appealed to about 4 of us.
Yeah. Like I get that I have a bias just because I like it so much, but like this movie is like it's done so well. I mean, like the skeleton coming out of the ground aside, maybe, but
I think that's intentional, though.
sure. Like the sets look great, the dialogue's great. I mean, the story's fantastic. The ending's terrific. The casting was perfect.
So, what's the story with basically having the same two actors come back for the second film and like
It was just a gag. It was
Yeah,
a fun-
Yeah.
just funny?
'cause
I like it.
Like I mean, they hit a lot of the same beats that they do when it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
these two here. It's. I wish they had gone ahead and really pushed to get everybody back in a different role.
Well, the girlfriend was supposed to be Jewel Shepard, so yeah, they tried.
Yeah.
It just fell apart because she was busy.
And wasn't the doctor in the house also? Was that supposed to be Dawn?
And he does kind of look like Don, but yeah,
But I think that's a cool idea. The idea that like every film would be a different scenario with the same people dealing with the
Yeah.
same ship, and they kind of sort of remember that it's happened before. It's just a really cool way to constantly retcon and play with the
Mhm.
audience, and it's very much in tone with this movie. The problem with the second film is it's just goofy, and a lot of people love that. I don't. I love moments of that film. I don't love the film.
Yeah.
I like the
no,
film.
I don't like
it's-
the movie near as much as
it's-
this one, but I mean it's fine.
It's
Yeah.
watchable for sure.
And then-
It's enjoyable, but
It's
but
just
like,
it's a regular zombie film though. Like this is something special.
Then 3 is wholly different.
Yeah.
William Stout.
Yeah.
That was his name. Damn it, I was correct.
And I enjoy 3
That's one-
too, but they pretty much
I
go
do
in
too.
order. You'll never be able to top what this film is.
Yeah,
Mo-
3 is one I would like to pick up on Blu-ray, but there's no way I'm giving $30 for that thing.
No,
It
it's
never goes
no.
on sale.
no.
3 is a film that I always try and convince myself I like, but I've really actually never enjoyed watching it.
Melinda,
I like Melinda Clark.
she
Yeah,
is worth
right,
$30
right.
bucks.
But the movie,
Right.
the story's not awful, but the effects are so terrible in it.
It's cheap. It's just it looks
yeah.
cheap and
Mhm.
I
Covers the shit.
Listen. Screaming Mad George was a great artist, but all of his stuff looks like a special effect,
Yeah.
and that's kind of that's the beauty and the terror of what he does.
I feel like Shannon's being sarcastic. She says the fact she lives next to a cemetery makes her enjoy the movie more.
Either way, that's cool, Shannon.
Yeah. And Jay says we've got the rest of the Irwins in our sights. Thank God. It's about time.
Oh boy.
Get Bendy first.
So I actually owned the soundtrack to this movie before I ever saw the film.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, I guess it was easy for you to get the music, get someone to,
It wasn't though. I had to send away to
Well, that's true.
Enigma Restless Mail Order in El
Well,
Segundo, California.
I
But
mean,
it
it was
took me like-
easier for you to do that than to get someone to bring you to see the movie.
Absolutely, no one was telling me I couldn't. Like at that time,
Yeah.
like music was not considered something that you had to be very cautious as a parent about. So if I could come up with the money from chores and whatever, they'd cut a check and send it to a record company in California. Sure, it took me probably 4 months to get the freaking record after I sent that check, because that's how things worked back then.
Yeah.
But I mean, I played the hell out of that vinyl. I mean, I replaced needle on that thing. So.
So, unfortunately, they missed the mark here because he's not. His last name's not Grover; it's Glover. Because he would have had Bert, Ernie, and Grover all in this movie. Otherwise,
And he's reading Weird Tales, which you gotta love. All right.
Christ, Ethel.
I love how fucking mean he is to her.
Yeah.
I had them for lunch. You dumb bitch.
Oh, you see, I'm ahead of you guys significantly
Yeah.
now. But
There we go.
I will say though,
This is
You know-
entirely not Louisville, by the way. But sorry.
well, it might have been Louisville in '84.
Could have been Louisville in '84.
So we all had this. If you were part in the punk scene, you always had the one friend with a car
Yep.
who was willing to drive. Usually, there was usually a side deal. It was either a girl wanted to go, and that's why he'd drive all of you, that he wanted to make moves on, or it was about money.
Absolutely. We always had the guy who was about money.
Yeah. So it'd be, and they play you because he come to you and go, hey man, this guy's giving me 5 and you're going to give me 5 and that'll be 10 and that's the gas to go to Trenton and back. But in reality, he'd asked everyone that was being crammed in that car for the 5.
Uh-huh.
So that it was like really lucrative. This guy's actually a pretty accurate depiction of like one of the junkie skinheads, the guys who claim to be all clean cut and were not. So Suicide's actually pretty accurate. Trash is probably the character that's mostly probably just an invention because I never remember anything like her.
Well, I just want to know how Tina connects to all this.
But didn't you have that? Didn't you always have the one like person who didn't? It was never a girl in my group of friends, but that didn't seem to be there because maybe they didn't want to piss off their parents, so they looked absolutely normal.
Because they just looked like they didn't belong anywhere.
Because we have the new wave kid, we have the ska kid. Really, we have the new wave girl. We have the straight up punk girl. We have the guy who looks like a London punk. We have the kind of Philadelphia skinhead looking dude. We have all the templates.
The 80s were a weird time. In movies, especially, you had the multiracial gangs, and that was always the funniest one to me. Watching, renting movies when I grew up, and it's like, what is this supposed to be exactly? That's not real.
It's not a costume. It's a way of life. Gotta understand that.
Miguel Nunez is a guy that doesn't age.
No.
He looks the exact same.
He doesn't look like,
Joanna Man is...
Fucking love Joanna Man.
Holding that movie. It's a bad movie, but it's fun.
I have to confess, I don't think I ever actually watched Joanna Man.
That's the one movie. That's the one movie.
Yeah,
Dan
skipped.
I was just gonna say, I think we
He's
just
like, I'm not gonna do this one. I'm just gonna skip.
historic.
Think about trying to make Joanna Man in 2021 though. Like, not that it was a great film or anything.
No,
just imagine trying to make that.
Ooh.
I think they are. It's called the Olympics.
All that stuff has gotten real touchy.
Yeah.
Everything's gotten touchy though. It doesn't really. There's no safe harbor.
Slam Dunk Ernest is the best basketball movie he's in.
I fucking love Slam Dunk Ernest. I thought about that when I was watching that movie. It's like he's always playing a basketball player.
I don't think that I've ever seen an Ernest movie.
No.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Steak?
I don't know. Ask them.
It's not gonna work now.
I wouldn't bother trying.
Yeah.
It's a Kentucky hero right there.
He really is.
Well, that's why.
Jim Varney.
It's like your only claim to fame.
It was in fast food with Tracy Lords. I would say that's the claim to fame.
He was a big
Louisville's
Shakespeare
claim to
guy.
fame.
Oh, we got Muhammad Ali. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, fuck, that's right. He's much
Lincoln?
more important. Abe Lincoln, what'd he ever do?
Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's from right here.
It's true. Even though he don't claim it. We got Billy Ray Cyrus.
Lauren, how do we feel about Johnny Depp?
I fucking hate Johnny Depp.
Everybody here met him once, or they know his cousin.
I used to play a rock band with my third cousin's best friend.
He went to 3rd grade with my mama. The fucking half dog.
Those fucking dog sounds really get to you, man.
I know I'm ahead of you guys, but when they get into the office, I love the fact that the eye chart reads Bert is a slave driver.
What's he doing in there? I fucking just love them coming apart.
I don't know. He sounds sore.
This is like some Laurel and Hardy type shit.
It's honeymooners, like it's that kind
Yeah.
of like, how do we get out of this without the women knowing?
Yeah.
More bowling trophies.
Bert is a slave driver.
Slave driver and a cheap son of a bitch who's got me and you here.
Brains. By the way, this is the most organized commentary I've ever been a part of. I want to point that out.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's actually watching the movie and
Pretty
discussing
nice.
it.
Hold on, I'll fix that. Here,
Yeah.
I'll play a bunch of videos right in a row.
Yeah.
Commentaries are tough because you do zone out, and when it's a good movie like
Yeah.
this, I
Yeah,
find-
that's. I'm like, oh, cool! I know this movie like the back of my hand. And it's just now I just want to watch it. It's like,
then it just draws you in. Yeah.
so Shannon says, "Where was Tarman as they were waking up? That would have been prime brain eating time."
We got to have
Stop.
a movie.
Yeah, that's about it.
I always like imagine like what her pants are as large socks.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think about dying too much.
You really weren't around in the 80s, were you?
No.
You don't recognize
No.
leg warmers.
I was born in 90.
I was born in '92.
Here we go. Everybody shut up.
Those aren't real years.
Nobody's going to be talking now.
Yeah.
Eating me alive.
So there's an obelisk in the back just to add to the phallus.
This song's the shit too. And Christian's cover
Yeah.
is awesome of this song. That's
Where the
Christian
fuck is he?
Hannah
Oh,
Horror.
he's got a gig tonight
Yeah.
with the Stone Cold.
His
Steve
cover
Austins
legit is
Whatever.
badass.
What's his band's name? I forget it.
Cold Canyon.
Cold Canyon. That's it.
Available on the iTunes.
Oh,
Show it, baby.
Yeah, it brings back the memories.
Yeah, I know Jules Shepard was thrilled to be in this movie because she didn't have to get naked.
For once.
Yeah. Idiot. I fucking love Clue so much.
I love like all the intonations these actors get away with. They would never get away with in any other film. Like,
No.
who's Ernie Kotzenberger? You're like, like any acting coach would beat them to death for line delivery, but in this film, it's perfect. And it's a great sight gag having the eye wash as they're watching the door with the zombie on the other side. It's like it's gonna fucking help you if something happens.
Billy says, Jesus, I graduated high school in 90.
How about it? How about Billy, man?
Oof.
I mean, I was a year behind you, but these guys are too young, right?
Wait, Lorne, what year were you born?
Born in '73.
You said 73.
Richard Nixon was president for a week.
You
My parents were in high school then.
It's good.
in the 70s?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
My
no,
mother
dude,
was born.
your mom is very young. Like I
Yeah,
know she's
my-
like
my mom
Corey's
was-
age.
My mom was born 2 years after you, Lorne.
Listen, just because I look
Good.
like I could be Dan's son does not mean that I'm not actually 48 this year.
Wow.
Oh Jesus! I just fucking love him falling apart.
Brad Trash says he was raised in hell in the 80s.
Minnesota? I'm sorry, Brian. That's awful.
Hey, isn't that Devon Graham?
we miss you, dude.
Says, hey, guys and dolls. Yeah, I don't, he doesn't like us anymore. But I'm glad he's here. So as ridiculous as just this yellow man running around naked
Yeah.
looks,
The jaundice man.
yeah, the originally they had like a whole prosthetic thing he was supposed to wear, like that they built off of his shoulders. It's a
The scream when he gets.
But you know what's crazy? It's like this is so similar to something that would be in like Evil Dead 2, right?
Yeah.
But it's different here because at the same time it's funny as hell. There is actual threat. There actually
Oh,
is
yeah.
stakes, and you actually like in Evil Dead 2, you know nothing's really going to happen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know who's going to live and die just from the opening scene. Here, it's like it works as a horror movie, despite the fact that it's ridiculous.
Be a man.
Thought if you said destroyed the brain.
But I think that's probably
So
why
there
this
it is.
works, though, too. Especially once the rest of the crew starts showing up. They don't treat the zombies like fucking jokes.
No.
Which is
like
what they do in the
it's-
second film, yeah.
Right. Which,
Yeah.
fucking falling back into graves and shit, dumb shit like that. Which is why people like Jason Lives so much. Is that, there's all this wacky dialogue and shit happening, but Jason is still deadly serious.
Well, let me ask you, what zombie rules do you guys prefer?
As long
where,
as they're not
pretty much
super speed,
unstoppable?
super strength, unstoppable, as long as they still kind of like, adhere to human fucking physics.
I'll be honest.
I'm in.
I don't mind when they're fast. It's more of a
I
threat.
don't mind like Dawn of the Dead remake fast. It doesn't
That's too
bother me.
fast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want them crawling up the walls. Like
No, just like
but-
running. Like they have the ability to run.
Yeah, like a rabies sort of thing. I mean, in theory, that's more scary. But I get it. I grew up on slow zombies. I understand, but
I think you
Ryan
just make
Gray
a,
misses this too.
I think you just make a good film, and I'm kind of good with whatever the rules are. I mean, my
Yeah.
favorite zombie film is technically I Walked with a Zombie, so
there you
it- so it's. But I mean, I know that's not what you're talking about, but so just make a good film. That really is
Yeah.
what it comes
And I
down
mean,
to.
honestly, yeah. At the end of the day, that is the like. Listen, I probably was just no, they can't run under any circumstance until I saw this, and then it was, well, now I have to make up some bullshit excuse to why this is okay. But Billy currently resides in Wisconsin. I don't
Big
think they
cheese
call
guy.
it that. He looks like a big cheese guy.
Big cheese guy.
It has to be so tough shooting with Linnea like that. I don't think I'd be able to get any kind of lines out.
Yeah.
I think there was a
God.
lot of alcohol in this set. I think
Well, did you guys
I'm
watch
sure
the
alcohol and more. I'm sure.
More brains.
Fucking like he looks like he's just tweaking for real. I don't think he's acting too much,
no.
frankly.
I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to catch up because I'm already in the funeral home.
Jesus. So right now I got 26-25 and counting.
And what's on screen right now for you then?
I got Trash and Suicide. The I Like It Spooky.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm a little closer to Lauren, I think, than
Yeah, I'm right at 27.
And what's on screen for you?
They're still in the graveyard.
So
I
you're not-
paused at the embalming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
No, I
with
just
Ernie
hit.
now.
Yeah,
I jumped
I'm with
ahead,
Ernie.
so now I'm with Ernie.
Okay.
All right.
So,
with his
So-
orange
so-
headphones.
And the fact that he's obviously an escaped Nazi.
yeah, I love that. That's but it's fun that's just like, kind of a subtext, I guess. I feel like I use that word too much, but it's just like
Well,
it's there, but they're not like, hey, look, he used to be a Nazi.
that is a Himmler recruitment poster behind him.
Oh shit.
That's a theme with Morticians, Dead and Peter Jackson's Dead Alive as well.
And yeah, there's later on there's a poster of Eva Braun as well.
Yeah.
So
I can't say I've ever noticed that. That is cool.
That's a little Mauser. I don't know my guns. I'm a gun illiterate, but that is a German pistol, I believe.
No, Mauser is K98 Mauser is a rifle. That's a Luger.
Okay. Luger. That's okay.
Mhm.
Like I said, I don't know shit about guns.
Hey, you knew what a Mauser was? You knew a Mauser was a gun.
Yeah.
you know that a Mauser is
one.
the rifle they took out of the book depository before they started calling it a Mannlicher Carcano, right?
I have a K98 Mauser.
Ooh.
They're a very nice gun.
Brian promoted punk concerts in the 80s.
I booked some stuff in the 90s.
It was like Real Big Fish and stuff, though.
Oh, God.
No, it was nothing as big as Real Big Fish, unfortunately.
Sell out. Let me, oh, yeah.
This was also like the first time like I ever saw in a film kind of the mortuary practice portrayed as just a profession. Like like this guy might as well be working at a fast food joint, right? He's just doing his job, right? It had always been kind of mythologized in everything I'd ever seen it as either scary or really, really I don't know, a saintly practice. Like, oh, this is the guy, the old guy who spends his life doing what no one else wants to.
Yeah.
But in this movie, it's like, nah, this is what I do for a gig, you know? Varsity jacket with "fuck you" written on the back.
Yeah. There's another jacket for the TV version, I think, that just says F you.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Rabid weasels.
Which is such a bizarre excuse because, like, no matter how you cut it, like, a mortuary supply store shouldn't have live weasels. It's just, it's not a thing.
I like, too, that he throws an H in the word weasel.
Yeah.
Weasels.
Look at that Walkman, man. That's awesome. It's a huge brick white Walkman.
Damn. All Billy Bean's ears really are shot, aren't they? He said he did shows in the early 90s. Korn before the first album.
It's ironic the Nazis questioning the ethics of burning the weasels.
Yes.
But then, of course, later he gets his redemption for being a Nazi because he crawls into the crematorium. Oh, I'm sorry. Spoilers for any fucker who hasn't seen the movie.
Yeah, if you haven't seen this, I don't love you anymore.
There's certain things we don't have to worry about. You know what? It should be like a 3-year rule. 3 years after a movie is out.
Yeah, I agree.
just
I mean,
forget
why
about
are you coming to watch a live commentary for a movie you haven't seen?
You know what? Besides that, everything I like about this movie has nothing to do with the plot.
No.
Yeah. It's the zombies are almost secondary.
Mm-hmm.
The plot is fine, don't get me wrong, but it's not why I'm watching the movie.
Yeah. But Ernie's the irony with Ernie is he doesn't end up in the crematorium. He ends up in the attic.
No.
Like a certain family.
Yeah.
Helen Keller.
Yes. The little Jewish girl.
Helen Keller. I should go over there and smack you around.
You ever seen Clerks 2?
Lorne doesn't watch comedies. But
Not me.
I prefer Clerks 2 to the original.
Remember Anne Frank? Where the miracle worker knocked some smarts into her? I fucking love that movie.
Hey, fuck you, Ballbuster. I will say that I do prefer this performance to another performance that we know him from.
Brian says, "You're not watching this to see a naked punk girl?"
It's a bonus.
Yeah.
You know, I think we were all young men at the point, and that was a big draw in the movie, but there's so much to love about this movie. And I didn't at this time actually. Well, not when I first saw it, but a couple years after I first saw it, I wouldn't have had to watch the movie to see a naked punk girl. Just saying.
Titties.
Waste elimination.
Bone us.
But
Ha!
zing.
It's too bad Beverly Randolph didn't have more of a career than she did.
Well, this movie doesn't do her any favors. I mean, she's fine, but everyone
Yeah.
else is on fire in this movie, and she's kind of a little bland. That's kind of the role, though, is a little
Yeah.
bland. But it's hard because everyone else has such a dynamic role to play, and she's kind of handed just the straight girl role.
Yeah, she plays it well, but
Now, Stick, you've made shorts this way, right?
Yeah.
Just take out the medicinal scissors and cut around one leg.
I actually only cut the one leg.
And does everyone notice what Tom Matthews is holding?
I don't.
They're vaginal forceps.
ooh.
That's fun.
I was not aware of this.
Scratch. Medical is not my area of expertise. It's kind of funny now.
See what happens?
seeing-
You write so much horror fiction, you know this shit because at some point you had to research like illegal abortion procedures.
Well, when you're dabbling in ghost rape, you have to have the follow up to said ghost rape.
Ghost rape is probably an emerging category of film.
It's like the Twilight movies.
Is he a sparkly ghost?
Boy.
So, what do you guys all want done to you when you die? Do you want to be cremated? Do you want to be buried? Do you want to be mummified?
Maybe
Do you want...
stuffed and put on the couch.
Cremated.
That's me too.
Cremated.
I definitely want to be burnt. I'm not even sure I would really want people to wait for me to be dead.
Just surprise me one night, guys.
Like,
No,
I mean,
want
I guess,
want him to be
I guess,
sure.
yeah. No, I mean, I guess it wouldn't bother me, but yeah, just the idea of like being in the my body being in the ground and just kind of like rotting over time. Nah, much rather just have like a very final like done kind of thing.
Yeah, just throw me in the trash.
I do want somebody to do something cool with my ashes though. Like I don't care what it is, do something nifty.
Yeah, I've always wanted them to cut my ashes in half and sneak half into the next Republican convention's coffee machine, and the next and the other half in the Democrats' convention's coffee machine during the convention. I'd love to be brewed for political enemies.
I think I'd volunteer my body for an effects scene in a horror movie. Why not? That's how I live my life.
Yeah, because you hear about those like the skeletons that end up in a horror movie, right?
Yeah, why not?
Like who was the guy in the house on Haunted Hill? Who was that at one point, right?
Namish Patel.
Well, infamously there was a real body that made its rounds in a lot of movies that people thought was fake. It was in spook shows, it was in Halloween attractions, and it made it into a number of films. And then eventually people realized, hey, this was a real person at some point.
Eventually.
So
But does he get an IMDb then? Because I think
that's a good question. I don't know. I got to revisit the Snopes article to make sure that he got
I
his
fucking love
proper
this name.
accreditation.
Yes, I would like to be a stunt corpse.
Yeah. Who do you contact about that?
Yes, hello. I'd like to sell my body to Dimension Films. Oh, wait.
A lot of people did.
What do you mean audition?
I'm seeing Harvey and Necromantic now. It's not pleasant.
No.
Well, I always preferred the second film in that series, so because that ending, baby.
One of the best decapitations you'll see on film.
Yes.
Followed by riding a headless corpse before a
Yep.
different head is put in its place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although the first film does have the rabbit evisceration and skinning. So
I love how this movie will go like with extremely decayed corpses, but they gotta have eyes because it'd just be fucking weird if they didn't have eyes, right? Like, how would they know where they're going?
You know, at one point, if you were the ultimate collector, you could buy the rights. I don't know if it was Necropolis and Rape to the Grave, but $1
they were
million
about-
on
Yeah,
eBay.
about 8 or 9 years ago, they were on eBay. Yeah.
Oh, this was more recent than that.
Oh,
so
did they put them back up?
Yeah, well, like a year, maybe 2 years ago.
No shit. Yeah, because that was something that was me and my
It's
roommate.
not worth anywhere near that.
No, it's not. But we were gonna
Well-
just like buy the rights to it and fucking, you know,
you know what though? Very
work our way
seriously,
around it.
if you have the rights to those movies, you see if there was anything put in those movies that you could later, when they make the inevitable Return of the Living Dead remake,
Oh, don't.
that you could claim is based on your film. So it's a ploy to get the extended rights. Yeah. Hey, you need to license that for me. I did that.
I don't want to fucking live in a world where there's a Return of the Living Dead remake.
It's gonna eventually happen.
It will. Here's my question, though. You have to set it in the 80s, I would think. I mean,
You know what? I actually think you don't want to set it when this film is set, because if you want to have it have any chance with the fans, you either set it earlier, so 77 during the first punk explosion, or you set it in 91 during the grunge explosion.
Hey,
But
that could be interesting.
you give it a different template that surrounds a music scene. But I think if you go exactly for this time, besides, no one understands this time period because this is all the LA art punk years, and basically
no.
this movie is basically the only connection a lot of people have to that.
I could see them doing it, though, just Stranger Things. I mean, it's just the thing to do.
That would be the worst thing ever.
It would
like-
be, but they'll do it.
A bullshit 80s version. Like, this is an exaggeration as is, but it's a heartfelt one and contemporary. I could just see what a J.J. Abrams version of Return of the Living Dead looks like in my head, and I just don't want to go anywhere near that.
I'm getting sad.
But the real problem is you don't have actors like this anymore.
No.
I talk about it all the time, but even Linnea Quigley, even Jewel Shepard, they're beautiful, but they don't look like fashion models.
Right.
They look like real people.
Yeah.
And look, no film would ever put any of the adults in this movie in a film, in a modern film. They could never look like this. So, yeah, I don't want to see it happen, but every title that has value will eventually be remade. So, in this genre. So,
I just love that Linnea Quigley remains naked for the remainder of the picture.
Yeah, I don't believe she loved it.
but she loved getting work off of this film for the next 10 years.
10. So this, I don't know. I know you guys are probably still a couple. I try to get close to you, but the zombie climbing out of the ground is actually done by just shooting above a man crawling on the ground, which I believe is Brian Peck doing that.
No.
That's one of the more wholesome things Brian Peck has ever done.
Oh, shit. It is interesting, though, kind of, I guess, a little bit ironic that he dressed up as Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson zombie in the second one.
Oh, wow.
I love the dolly pull in, push out shot with Beverly because that's where I am. You guys probably aren't there yet, but
She's coming down the stairs now.
okay, I'm gonna have to pause
Yeah.
for a few more seconds again. I don't know why my print's running fast, babe. Tell me when you get back to the kids in the car after Beverly falls through the stairs.
Okay.
Oh shit, you're way ahead.
Wow. I feel like, damn, man. Are you running at like 1.5 speed or?
No,
You
'Cause I
keep
feel
getting
you're,
farther
you're,
out.
you're, as I say, you're further ahead than you were. It seems like.
well, this happens on every stream when people try and do a
Yeah.
commentary. I think everyone's. I think the problem is digital is not as precise as we think it is.
Yeah.
It's not. All right, we're back to the car.
Okay. So fuck this. I'm gonna go in there. There desperately needs to be a musical version of this, like on Broadway.
Oh,
I don't think that would be too hard for them to
How's he
accomplish.
pronouncing his? Sorry.
Because isn't that's more or less how they rehearsed this for 2 weeks, kind of in that manner with everyone kind of around. So
Tarman,
like you would in a play.
brilliant.
That's a great performance.
Yeah.
How does he pronounce brains though? He has no lips.
don't overthink it.
Don't be deadest.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
You'll need a public apology where you agree to evaluate your privileged position as a living human.
As a living person.
Oh, Sean McManus in the chat here.
See, Tarman should have just been like he kind of is the mascot, like the unofficial mascot of this movie and series.
But it doesn't work in the second movie.
I know, but like, I wanted to see him in the third movie though. Like Tarman's is always
Well,
there.
the,
If you're
the
gonna
third
recall
film
something,
never felt like a Return of the Living Dead film.
No.
That's I
doesn't
think
matter. Just put him in
Well-
it. Put him in the Necropolis one. And
Yeah.
fucking
The reason why is that
bullshit.
William Stout said he will sue the fuck out of anyone that tried to put his Tarman or his zombies in any of the sequels.
Yeah.
Apparently, somehow he had, it's his art, I guess, for whatever reason. So that's why, like the Tarman in the next one, it's still Alan Troutman playing him, but he just looks like a fucking
Just a bit off.
Yeah.
Brains.
That's why I think that's where the series should have gone. Now you think about it. Like they should have got all the cast back, just gave new roles for each film, set it in a different period with different music, so you could have your
that'd be so
69 hippie Return of the Living Dead.
Oh no, you're right, man. You could have kept that going forever.
Yeah, your 77 punk explosion.
And then,
your-
like, one of the movies, just like later on, say fuck it and have Tarman just play like a regular character.
sure.
You could have like the crunk version in 04. It's set in Atlanta.
Just like the fucking
As long as we don't have, as long as we never do a new metal version of this movie.
Ooh.
That
Oh,
would
you
be
know
bad.
that'd have been like 2001. They'd have done that shit.
That would have been bad. Oh, those aren't fireworks, Brian. Those are just your neighbors. It's just a Saturday night.
You stupid motherfucker. Chances Tarman will forever be your favorite zombie costume. The way he walks is fantastic. I agree.
Well,
Billy
it
Bean
depends.
says Bud the Chud. We'll excuse him because he's old.
Is Frankenstein technically a zombie? Because this goes back to that argument.
I'd go with it.
Could
He-
be.
I mean, he's not made from one person, so that's where people
Right.
get stumbly about it. But if so, then I have to go with, the
Sure.
true OG of the genre.
And that's understandable. If we're putting him in the zombie
Right.
category.
But no, Tarman's definitely my favorite zombie.
Ben Grimm says Tarman is space.
We're dead.
Was a mummy a zombie too then?
Oh yeah, for sure. Mummy's a zombie.
Mummy's a mummy.
Well, a
Monsters.
mummy is very specifically brought back through ancient wisdom, though. So I mean, does how they come back matter?
Well,
I
it's
think so.
no. Hang on. Well, I don't know because that would
I mean,
that
in
would disqualify
general, having
Frankenstein. Then
zombies-
No, Frankenstein is brought back by science.
Yeah.
So that's the
Okay,
same
well,
thing. That's the same thing as this.
I don't know. Then fucking Jason Part 6 on is a zombie.
Well, yeah, he is.
I mean, they yeah, that's. Don't be shy, you don't have to talk.
We have the Tall Boys from the Netherlands, the only not U.S. band on the soundtrack, right?
I believe so.
I have the compilation CD that was finally put out in the late '90s of their stuff. They only released like 2 singles, and then the rest of it's all live and demos.
Oh, Billy, you're a goddamn mummy. He says mummies are dry like sauce's love life.
That's not true. He bought that tube of lube.
Watermelons are juicy, man. That's all I'm saying.
It's really handy that it comes in a 55-gallon drum now.
We finally get our 45 grave, trailer beat.
Oh, Ben meant to say Tarman in space.
Ah,
There we go.
Starman in space.
That would have been better than Necropolis.
Yeah. Those fucking movies don't exist.
oh man, they're bad.
I love the skeleton.
I don't
Where
ever
the
seen
eyelids
YouTube
coming from?
clips. I saw one of them was on Sci-Fi, like I don't know, in the mid 2000s. I'm like, this sucks. I had just seen the first one, and in fact,
I'm pretty sure there were sci-fi originals.
Well,
Uh,
they were purchased at market
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi didn't make them, but they might as well have.
I remember, I mean, they were both
Same thing with
bad,
Pumpkinhead.
but I remember Necropolis being the best of the two. I mean, it's bad, but Rave to the Grave is
I remember some scene that was kind of like in a morgue type area. It just reminded me of fucking Plan 9 from Outer Space.
That's the Necropolis.
It's just
Rave to the Grave has a cool concept. The idea of trioxin being a rave drug is a cool concept. They just didn't. There's not a frame of that film where they tried to make it work.
Yeah. It's weird just ignoring same actors and then it's again ignoring everything in those.
Well, the rules to begin with, the major twist
Yeah.
of these movies compared to other zombie movies.
Well, they ignore the rules in the first sequel because they're inventing. Oh well, if they're electrocuted, they die, and they're inventing shit just to make them more conventional by the second film. And in the third film, I don't even know what those zombie rules are. To be honest, it's kind of irrelevant.
Sean says his favorite zombies between Tarman or Bub from Day of the Dead.
I used to really like Bub, and then I started thinking about the character, and I'm not sure it works.
I feel like that's where fucking Romero did a good movie there. It's not better than or the Dawn, but we're not going to talk about that. But that shit's kind of like him going off the fucking farm. Hey, let's make him, we can almost control him, huh? Wouldn't that be? No, George.
I think
make Bruiser
he gets
shut
really
up.
he gets really attached to that
Bruiser's a
concept,
fucking
though.
bad movie. I think the idea of Bub is really great, but I don't like when you actually make him noble. That's when I freak out because it's like if it was an EC Comics thing, whereas like Bub just accidentally got his comeuppance, he got Rhodes by almost sheer accident, but there's a certain kind of karma involved there.
Mm-hmm. But he
that
chases
works.
him.
That's cool. And then he does the salute, which to me it's like, oh, okay, now you're giving real agency to the zombies now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, like the one where he kind of recognizes him as, oh, okay. But to then do it in a mocking, after he fight, it's just silly. Cliff Booth, he just saw Jason X for the first time last night.
Congratulations, sir. I'm proud of you. Your life is better now. I know it is.
Billy's talking about his love life.
I do want Cliff's, if that's true, his immediate thoughts on the movie.
Yeah.
His initial.
I love this shot.
Like it, dislike it.
love that the zombie pulls the phone off the desk and throws it against the wall. It's the cell phone problem solved back in '85.
100.
I miss when vehicles look like vehicles, not like bugs. Because look at the. I mean, yeah, I'm in front of you guys, I'm sure again, but I'm looking at this ambulance and it looks like a real vehicle, like something that served a purpose. Vehicles don't have these wide mirrors on the side and all the cool shit they used to have.
Dave Vanderhoff says Jason X is underrated.
Yeah.
Jason X is a
It gets-
masterpiece.
It's not a no, but Jonathan's wrong too. It's not.
No,
It gets underrated, but just because they shit on it like it's fucking
dude,
like it's as bad as Freddy versus Jason.
I think it's one of those things now where it's like, I always loved it, right? Everybody's always loved that movie for some reason now. Although I clearly remember the fucking hate.
Oh, I remember the hate.
I hated-
I've always loved the film.
I hated it until last year. Lauren said, "Oh, it's like a fucking mummy movie,"
It's a mummy
and I'm
movie.
like, "Oh shit." Well, that's much better. Like you look at it at that lens, it's enjoyable a little bit.
It was the first Friday the 13th movie I saw in theaters.
I've never seen one in theaters.
Ooh.
Halloween is the only like big '80s slasher franchise that I caught a movie in theaters.
I saw it at the drive-in.
Nice.
Jason X is a film that knew exactly what it needed to be at the time to exist.
Yeah.
And it really works if you let it work its power on you. But if you go in like a Friday snob, it's not going to work.
Very true.
I'll tell you
When
what,
I
the
first
last time I
watched it,
watched
I
it,
was entertained.
It's
It was a fresh take on Jason, but it didn't break any of the rules, really.
the
How
music
good he
in
made-
that fucking movie is horrendous, though.
well, everything Manfredini has done in recent history has been really poor.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad.
That's why
Bad.
people got upset about the Jablonski score in the remake. I was like, nope, guys, I'm on board for the Jablonski score because
Yeah.
the original score doesn't work for modern films. It doesn't. And then the synth version of the traditional score was really awful. So, nah. Bring me that Jablonski score any day of the week for future films.
Oh, sorry from down. Rest in peace, Lux Interior. The fucking weirdest man on the planet.
That's what I was gonna do when I was muted in the beginning when you brought me in. I was gonna say, I was gonna just get up close to the mic and be like, "Fresh burns in here." I saw the Cramps like had to be like 12 times.
I got into him, unfortunately, just before he died. So
Yeah, that last couple tours was pretty rough, to be honest with you. But I saw them on the Stay 6 tour. That was my first tour with them.
Elvis fucking Christ.
And he was at City Gardens. He was climbing over the speakers onto the rafters, climbing over the audience, still with the mic until he ran out of cord. And he tried to Tarzan swing back, and it didn't work. He ended up in the crowd. Lux was amazing, and Poison Ivy just didn't care. She kept playing. At that time, Kenny Del Mar was on drums, and she was just like this Asian chick that was very, very Meg White in that, like steadfast. But that's all you needed to be the Cramps drummer.
Yeah.
So great night. That was the first Cramps show.
Treat the ride like a hi-hat.
It's funny because if you haven't listened to a lot of Cramps, people say it's psychobilly. It's not. It's just rock and roll. It's just Dwayne Eddy.
Yeah.
It's just straight up 50s rock and roll. And I know this is heresy, but I prefer them to the Misfits. But
there's more of a variety. It's a tough pick for me, but
I am glad that this film didn't go with that type of act, though. Like, if the Misfits were on this soundtrack, it wouldn't work.
no, because that's very like it's
It's on the nose.
horror punk. Like it's too on the nose. It's
Whereas 45 Grave, yes, they were a tongue-in-cheek gothic rock band, but because they were tongue-in-cheek, it still worked. And ironically, they produced a metal song for this it's a punk soundtrack, which is hilarious too. The only metal song they ever made, by the way.
it always bugs me when adults cover their ears for noises.
Like that works.
Yeah.
Dave went to go see Jason X 2 times in the theater opening weekend.
Damn.
I think I saw it maybe 3 times. I loved it.
I saw it 3 times during its run, but I didn't see it. I only saw it once the opening weekend.
I didn't see it till like a year later when it was at Stars.
It was
Halloween night, whatever
yeah.
year that was, or 2, right?
So, Billy, they were still touring off of Bad Music at that point?
Daily Ghost.
I've seen them all in 35.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see the 3D. We've talked about this before, Lauren.
Yeah.
I may not get to.
I'd really love to see fucking 3D in the theater.
So the Exhumed guys, own a 35 print and the means to project it properly. They're building a space in Philadelphia that includes a movie theater.
Oh.
Well, they're doing it because they can't. The theaters won't rent to them anymore.
Right.
Because they don't play 35. They don't have 35 millimeter projectors in regular movie theaters. So they're building.
Which begs the question: where do you acquire such a projector if they are completely useless, pretty much right now, right?
You can buy them on the market. You can go to eBay right now and find a 35 millimeter projector. The problem is you cannot get parts for them. So you have to go to a machinist to have any parts made that you need to when one breaks.
Let's see here. What can Johnny get himself one for?
It's not gonna be cheap.
I wouldn't call it expensive either, though. $400.
Keep in mind they're huge, and look at what you're gonna have to do in freight to get it to you.
Here's a very nice one for $3,500.
It's a 3,500. Billy says Misfits post Danzig sound like a 50s blow-up shit show.
You have to have room for the throw too. You have to have a pretty decent sized room.
Billy, they only got the one song that sounds doo-woppy, but
400 pounds.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Wow.
And you're also gonna have to bring someone in to set it up for you because you're not gonna be able to do it on your own.
I'll watch a YouTube video.
Believe me,
I get the idea. Light pictures that way,
dude. I own some prints. Believe me, if it was at all doable, I would do it.
70 millimeter? Hello.
Don't do it, dude.
Oh, not that I had the 7Gs to drop on this, but
well, you couldn't afford the prints. That's the problem with 70 millimeter. Those
trust me, if there's ever
they're not in circulation.
If there's ever a situation where I buy a 70 millimeter projector, there will be the money to buy the prints to go along with it because I've won the lottery or something.
None of the films we like are wherever printed onto 70 millimeter anyway.
You know, what this zombie says actually freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah.
What I've thought about is like, what if you die and then you just feel it? Like, nobody knows for sure you don't, right? Like, you can just feel yourself decay. Oh,
It just feel like a Thursday then.
Well, there's a Tales from the Crypt episode where the brother plays a joke on his
Abracadabra.
They just
Abracadabra.
they just
If
covered
you
it on the
watch
show.
Television Terror
Yes,
last
yes.
Saturday,
Oh, I
I
did.
watched
That was last
I-
Saturday. That was
I-
a week ago. You think I'm
I
supposed
watched
to remember
Television
that?
Terror in hopes that you'll cover Darkroom, but I know you won't.
what is Dark? Is that the one you were telling me about not that long ago that you got bootlegs of?
Oh yeah. And it's like Rick Rosenthal directed episodes, Curtis Harrington, Robert Bloch did 4 teleplays for that first season. It's great stuff.
Where did you pick the setup at?
I'll send you a link,
Okay.
Was this
or maybe
the one that I'm aware of?
I'll hand you something off next weekend.
Ooh, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, maybe. See if you're nice to me in the meantime, or if you're a dick like last week.
I was a dick. What'd I do?
What didn't you do, dude?
Whoops.
Oh, Billy says it was 86, not 88. Oh, there it goes. A few years ago, a 70 print of Howard the Duck was playing a bunch of 70 millimeter fests across the country of all films. It's probably a pristine, unused print.
There was
That's very likely.
they filmed that shit in 70 millimeter.
No, but you could blow up to 70.
That doesn't count.
Well, I never did like you, Chuck.
Oh my God, hold me tight.
And I still get the feeling that she's fucking with him.
Hey, sugar, come here.
How you doing, sweetie?
The problem with the movie, though, now is like it feels like it just began, and it's into its third act now.
Yeah.
It's a fast goddamn movie.
Here's old Shannon coming up with more plot holes. How does Scuzz not become a zombie? One bite and he just dies permanently, but Trash gets eaten by a horde and becomes a zombie.
How do we know that Scuzz doesn't come back?
Yeah.
Because we don't.
They're
see
getting
him.
ready to do a spinoff.
No, I don't want to spin off on Scuzz.
No. Zombie pedos. It's a new from Nickelodeon.
Scuzz. This movie is good shit, man.
Lauren, let's get a time check for you and we'll see where we are.
10507.
0507.
106.42.
All right, what's
They're-
happening? Because none of these
they're-
numbers make any sense.
They're in the chapel. Bert is talking to Beverly.
Gotcha.
She's making the asinine decision to stick around.
Yeah.
I will say I do like Tom Matthews' turn into a zombie a little bit more than in this film, because I think Suzanne Summers' reaction to him is hilarious.
Okay.
But I mean, that's the only thing I'll give 2 over this.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that cop car. See, again, it looks like a real car.
Mm-hmm.
Today it would look like a fucking Porsche. It would be awful.
I wonder where Jay is tonight. He never comes on my streams anymore.
Jay's been really quiet for the last week, both on his own channel and elsewhere.
Yeah.
You have to keep asking him, Steak. That is the key.
Okay.
And he likes when you like give him compliments about his looks
Lauren, you just confused the hell out of me.
and things you'd like to do to him.
Oh, no.
You were talking about Suzanne Summers in the second movie.
Did I say Suzanne
Schneider.
Summers?
I think
You did,
it's
Snyder.
Snyder.
I was like,
Yeah,
we all know
whatever.
what you meant. I
Again,
did.
I'm losing my mind here tonight. Don't worry about it. I'm drinking.
Step by step.
He's got the hard shit tonight, folks.
That's right.
I'm telling you, it's the artificial sweeteners in that.
It's a sugar water.
The fake
I had to
sugar.
legitimately look it up because I'm like, I do not remember Suzanne Summers in that movie.
It would have made money in '85 if she were in the trash role, guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was it
And it
Susan
was-
Summer?
That was
And-
before the Thigh Master, though, Dan. It wouldn't have been it, you know.
But no, but she was helping feed Africa at that point, though. Dude did a bit better job than Toto ever did.
Sing it, Sauce.
No.
Please.
You have no idea how bad I want to, but I'm not
I
going
do.
to.
I wanted to.
It's going to end up in another one of Lauren's videos.
People like your Ace of Base a lot more than they like your It's Raining Men, by the way.
Of course they do.
Oh, sweet. He's doing a watch along for Near Dark. I'll definitely do that.
Jay did post he's doing a watch along for Near Dark, my favorite vampire film. I may have to switch allegiances from Sauce. Guess who's getting booted? See you, old man.
I am glad that movie is getting the recognition it deserves.
I love Near Dark. Unfortunately, don't go too crazy about the news of a new Blu-ray release of it because they still have not found the negative or the interpositive of that film. It's still going to be taken from a release print because there's nothing else in existence.
So let me ask you, is there a decent-looking print that's got special features?
The Anchor Bay DVD
Excellent.
is the best option for that movie right now.
Good.
Steak, I can hook you up with that because I got 2 copies.
Oh, fucking I do.
And it looks very, very watchable. It looks good.
Yeah.
It's just I don't think we're going to get that restoration that I think people are getting excited for because
Second Sight is doing the 4K, aren't they? I got faith in them, though. I got some faith that they're going to do something
it
different.
doesn't matter. It's going to be a release print. What can you do?
It's going to look better than that Blu-ray.
Maybe. Yeah,
'Cause
you have to source it from somewhere.
Oh, that Twilight cover's fucking terrible, man.
Oh yeah, well,
I was so
Dave is
mad.
52 years old, so we got to see Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D in the theater on his birthday.
Nice, Dave.
It's pretty sweet, man.
see, I've told this story before, but I begged my parents and then my grandparents to take me to Friday 3, and they said no. And I pestered them for the next year about it, like I was relentless, and that's how I got to go see Final Chapter in
Nice.
theaters.
Well, at least you learned.
Just missed it.
But I like Final Chapter a lot more than I like 3 anyway.
For a
Me too.
very long time, 3 was my favorite.
I've always felt it's kind of bland.
I liked 3 because I think that's the last one of the series that I saw.
It was the first one I saw. I think that's why it was my favorite for so long.
I saw a guy like because it was just like different, and it's where he got his. I'm like, oh, that's how he gets his mask. That's awesome.
I was very confused because I was like, I thought he had the mask the whole time.
I thought he was bored with it.
I watched it with Joe Bob Briggs on Halloween night in 1998. It was a marathon, and for some reason, they could not get the rights to show 4.
I will be at the Mahoning Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs, not next
nice.
weekend, but the weekend after.
You've got like a very interesting July lined up.
I do. There's something
to
that
get
might
a
be coming at the
picture-
end of the month that should be pretty crazy too.
Hey.
Try to get a picture with Darcy, with your head in between her boobs.
I'm not probably going to do that.
It's like boob lobe. So your back is into her chest. So
Yeah, I don't think that's really going to happen.
just
Tell her you want to recreate the scene from,
I'll text
from Total Recall, and you'll be the third boob. That may actually get it done.
I fucking love the scene. They're just swinging sledgehammers at these cocksucking zombies.
Yeah. This is a great commentary you got where people watch a movie in silence.
I love that. What is
Good
that?
fucking movie.
What do they call that scream? The fucking Wilhelm scream? Is that it?
Wilhelm, yeah.
Wilhelm, yeah. The fucking zombie falls off the top of the car. You coward! Fuck you!
That thing is spilling gas out.
I also want to point out that all weaponized pipes in films look the exact same.
Yeah.
It's always a straight piece with a 90 on the end of it for some reason.
In films and wrestling.
Yes.
I love that we don't see the car explode. I so love that. It's kind of like you're kind of telling the audience, we know what we are. We're not going to try and do something we can't do. Whatever. You don't care. But we are depressingly close to the end.
Yeah.
We got about 15 minutes.
Well, that's with the freaking credits, dude.
Right.
That's true.
Are we not going to watch the credits together?
Always.
That's where the commentary is going to start, right there.
Now, if I was going to do this, I'd take my shoes off first.
What?
I would.
You're way ahead of me.
I think you're only a couple seconds ahead of me now, Lorne, but I
The
thought
car
you were
just exploded.
climbing the ladder. Oh, yeah, I'm past that at this point. Rocky's soothing us with his unique voice, we'll say.
Give me a timestamp. What do you got?
I am at 117 precisely.
Oh, wow.
I'm at 114 now, so you're
All
ahead
right,
of me.
just talk-
But
just talk to me,
I feel like you probably not. It's just my time code is fucked up.
So the crematorium just closed, the old the furnace, or whatever the fuck you call
Oh,
it.
no,
He just hit the button on mine.
I'm definitely in front of you guys.
So I got the cop. The cops are coming in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cops are already eaten.
Oh. Well, I mean,
Damn, dude.
like the cavalry.
You know what I bet it
So to
is?
speak.
His internet's faster than ours.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, it's
What it
civilization. It's a civilization problem.
That's what it is. I actually have remarkably decent internet for living in the middle of nowhere.
My internet's great. I don't know if it's because I have the door closed or what. Like the Wi-Fi just doesn't.
If the door is stopping the Wi-Fi, it's not.
It's not good internet. Yeah,
Well, it's also at the other end of
it's
the house.
really
where the,
fucking thick Wi-Fi.
the modem.
Real
No, it's the
thick,
the
heavy
modem is on the
Wi-Fi.
other end of the
It's
house.
like the aliens from Signs that can't get through the door.
Hey, let me open this door real quick. I'm just getting terrible reception.
Shut up.
You can. Where's the Wi-Fi?
Get him, sus.
Everyone is so sweaty now. I like
Running
it.
for your life down in Louisville.
I like that. We again, when you see a horror film now, it's like the people still look pretty at the end, and that's a problem.
I agree. I wish we get more casting of real human beings and
Actors.
Well,
yeah.
Dave, we worked many years apart in that mall.
Myself again.
I got trouble. I don't know.
What'd you say?
I got trouble believing they could break through the attic door.
Well, he's fresh though, and he's muscular.
Yeah.
He's the hunky zombie.
He was the hunk.
Right.
Oh, Sean's coming for everyone tonight. This is Jess's first watch along on his channel would be his favorite Elm Street, which is the remake.
I've only ever seen
harassing me, Sean.
I've only ever seen the remake once, and it was so miserable. I never want to go back to it.
Yes,
Twice, because I had to make sure.
I liked it the first time. I watched it again. I think I was sober the second time.
The second time, I couldn't even make it through it.
Yeah, I just like this is terrible because I watched it. We rented it like VOD back when it was first available on that. So right after it came out in theaters, I guess.
I've got really shitty memories of that movie because I
And
went and saw it. Go ahead.
We were high, and the ending scared the fuck out of us. Like we took the mirror down in my buddy's room because we're like, "Yeah, I'm not walking in front of that." But
Yeah.
watching it again on DVD, I'm like, "This movie is shit."
Sucks. I got really, like I said, I had a bad experience with that movie anyway. I went and saw it in theaters, and I ran into a girl I went to high school with, and we hung out together and watched it. She died like 3 days later in a car
God
accident.
damn it!
Wow.
So yeah,
Well,
that movie's
wait,
just
wait, wait.
tied with
I
that.
want to change this idea about us ever hanging out, Jonathan.
Did she fall asleep with the wheel?
I don't really know what happened. Just know she hit a tree.
Is
Fucking tree.
Yeah. So I just associate that movie with that too.
I kind of love the fact this film suggests that we have nuclear artillery ready to fire on our own cities at the drop of a hat. There's something that warms my heart about that.
Is that the most far-fetched thing in this movie?
in '85? I don't think so.
Tuesday, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, sure. I think there was a while where maybe it would kind of, under Clinton and then fucking the dummy after him. It's like, they would never do that to us. Like, that's like the big, I mean, I wasn't alive for any of Reagan.
Oh,
They would for sure.
Clinton's poll numbers are
the last three
standoff in Waco, so we have to burn children alive. Nah, it can't happen here.
No. But I mean, that was like Reagan, the big thing I remember people saying about Reagan. Like, in hindsight, he always had his finger on the button. Yeah, so that makes sense to me. It's the nuclear solution.
Yeah, but I think, honestly, the only button he had it on was the, I fall and I can't get up button.
A life alert bracelet.
Well, I've fallen.
And look at this fucking headboard. I think it's gorgeous.
I've fallen and I've funded the Contras.
It's called Star Wars.
I love Contra.
I watched a
It's hard
movie.
to beat. Gorbachev. Tell me
Pull
more about
down
this
my
film.
pants.
Wall, I mean.
That's it.
I was in a movie called Bedtime for Bonzo.
Isn't it funny how that, like, from then to now, we've kind of come full circle on public speaking of our leaders?
Yeah, it sucks again. Dude, I prefer just like, what the fuck is this guy gonna say now? Like, the Bush administration was
Well, I was watching Clipper.
fucking gold.
Flipper. Fuck. I've ruined it.
I'm just waiting for him to come down without his pants on, like big tour going on at the White House.
Ladies and gentlemen, please. I thought it was no pants day. But we don't wear pants. And each of us get a piece of pussy.
Watch out for his Merry Christmas tweet tomorrow.
I just love that he'll just break down and be like, all right, oh, whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
No, we don't. We were really
Clap
hoping
for
you knew what you meant.
Clap for it, you bastards. That's my favorite fucking video of him. Clap for that, you bastards.
Then it'll scare the shit out of you even more when you get, well, I've never been to Europe.
We
Man.
need a rule that you have to be 35 to be president, but you can't be older than 65. I think that's what it has to be.
I got a better one. Let's get rid of presidents.
Yeah,
Well,
I
what
agree
do
with
they
that.
do? It's like a tradition. It's like a fucking Thanksgiving turkey at this point. We
No,
just
we
pick
elect,
one.
we elect a king once every 4 years.
Yeah.
Got to pay attention more to what's in your Senate and House.
Archimedes, hot dog, rhubarb.
Nine.
We're way off base. Who knew we were going to get into politics at the end of the commentary for
I don't think that was politics, to be honest.
No.
I think that was saying that all of our leaders are either senile or insane or just stupid.
Somebody's pissed about something we said. You can
Yeah,
guarantee
no
that.
shit. I think we hit Biden and Reagan though, so I think we're okay.
We got both.
We
Yeah.
got both sides.
A little bit of Bush in there, so we're
No
good.
Bush. Yeah.
Oh,
And
Bush
Clinton,
was gold.
I point out Clinton burned children alive, so we hit them all.
We hit them all, except I'll do it here. Thanks, Obama.
Whoa, hang on now. Too sketchy. 6 white dudes. 6 white dudes saying something negative about Obama.
Oh, I
Channel
just said
getting nuked
thanks,
in a minute.
Obama. I do that. That's one of my favorites. I just say thanks, whether it's good. It's, oh, great! This ice cream's too cold.
YouTube
Thanks,
will do to this
Obama.
channel what the government did to Louisville in this movie.
Oh, I already have credits rolling and outtakes.
They just got nuked.
I think this is also the best like theme song to any movie to ever exist as well. Like the trioxin theme is. I could listen to that in a loop.
I just noticed like his like supercomputer to like launch these nukes. This is like a fucking overhead projector turned sideways with a green filter on it.
Well, god damn it, wasn't that fun?
It was.
That
They
was
don't
good.
make them like this anymore.
They
I
did
like it.
well. To be fair, they never made him like this. This is like the one time they made it like this.
I don't know. You made a good point earlier. I don't know who you cast in it that would get anywhere near the cast they had for
Honestly, I
this.
don't think you have to worry about a remake for that movie. I don't know if the general public is aware of it.
So it's a evergreen title that for October Walmart at least it has been.
Mhm.
That means it's big enough that it'll eventually be remade.
It will be.
I
Yeah.
got the Blu-ray at Dollar General for $3.95.
I've been buying the Dollar Tree Blu-rays just for the cases
For the
and throwing
cases?
throwing out the kids' movies that are in them. Because I've been in the market for Blu-ray cases and I can't get them at $1 a pop.
Yeah, you can't get them cheaper than $1, so might as well.
Yeah. So
Sometimes you run across some decent shit at Dollar Tree.
I mean, I've seen a couple of used guys' hauls, and apparently Northerners were not allowed to use y'all anymore, so
You can't use y'all anymore.
it's appropriation, I guess.
You guys, I think you guys are supposed to use guys.
That's why I said it.
Use guys.
Use guys.
Use guys.
But I've seen some of the hauls from Dollar Tree. You guys have.
Yeah, a lot of stuff from Magnet and like a ton of Shout Factory shit, but it's the shit nobody bought from Shout Factory.
yeah, I just read a thing online about how basically the boutique labels are profitable, but only because they're doing their sales. And if they ever stop doing their sales, they're done in 6 months.
Wow.
I believe that. There was a huge price drop just across the board for Scream Factory shit though, like on Amazon recently.
Yeah.
Like they took some of their older titles and cut them in half.
They need it too.
Yeah.
Me too.
But last time I saw it happen, like, was a couple of years ago. And it was right before they pulled like the Sleepaway Camp sequels and shit like that. So,
Well, I mean, licensing is just getting harder now that the streaming services want zero competition.
Yeah.
And so it's the major studios are going to be less likely to open up the vaults. They're just going to be. And the money's not being made. I mean, last week was a good week for Blu-ray and UHD, but and for DVD, by the way. But when a good week at this point is 15% down from year to date, you know, any other industry you'd be like closing the doors.
to think like less than $40 million was made last week on physical media is mind blowing.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I mean, one of my local Walmarts now only has 8 feet of Blu-ray and DVD together, and the one end cap. That's it.
Yeah, my Walmart barely has anything now. My Best Buy has had nothing for years.
No. Yeah.
Target has nothing. It's almost impossible to go out and buy a Blu-ray now. in my
And
area.
the thing is, retail is necessary for anything of this nature to continue. People think that they can just always order from Amazon. Well, it's like it's not going to be made.
Right.
You can't. You need a wide base. So that's how the economics of it work.
I think most of us here have wide bases.
Less wide.
Do any of you have Pop Shelf? It's like an upper, little more. Dollar General owns it. I was in one today. No movies, unfortunately, but it's like an upper scale dollar store, basically.
I don't know.
I've never heard of it.
Hey, Dollar General's pretty fucking swanky around here, buddy.
I was disappointed. I mean, they have everything, but there's no movies.
You guys got Five Below?
Yeah. This one goes.
And down in Jersey, I haven't seen one since I've been back up here.
They
but down in Jersey,
randomly
all over.
have Blu-rays and shit.
Yeah, but their clientele is mostly aimed at 8 to like 21-year-old females. So the movies are kind of usually in line. Now, yes, I've seen stuff.
13 going on 30.
No, like I found Endgame there on Blu-ray, and which I didn't need, but like the Tomb Raider, Angelina Jolie movie.
That makes
were in
sense.
There.
That makes sense.
Girl power.
Lego movie.
Yes.
I'll tell you one that was weird. The last Dollar Tree sale that I went to, there was the Lego movie Blu-rays and like Lego Batman, but they were all in Spanish.
Well, it's because they're the Canadians. They're probably in French, actually.
I thought this was Spanish. Yeah,
Oh, you bought it?
yeah, fuck yeah, I bought it.
Because the parallel imports from Canada are much cheaper, and that has helped a lot of these companies put things discount on shelves.
Jay's telling us to wrap it up. Jay, listen, a little after movie chat is fine. When you go on another 6 hours, it spooks people away.
Actually, I'm like pretty fucking stupid, but I can't tell what language that is.
Correct.
I think it's
Let me grab you.
That is Spanish.
yeah, so it is Spanish.
Nope, that's the wrong
That's
guy.
Jess.
Jess?
There you go.
And
Yes, that is definitely Spanish.
Español, la película.
Copio de verdad.
I constantly see dual language Canadian releases with France.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I've
France.
seen those, but I don't even know if this will play, honestly. Yeah.
Jay, what's up? You never come on my streams anymore.
No, it's Region A.
What? You don't have something to play more than Region A? The hell are you doing?
Not in every room in my house. I'm most likely not watching this in my main movie watching region.
Okay.
What? Why not?
It's just it's not
Jason,
one
what do
of
you
the-
guys think of Return of the Living Dead Part 2?
I'll lock it. I'll lock it. I think it's
I
fun.
think we all kind of said we were fine with it.
It.
It doesn't compare at all, in any way, shape, or form to the original. But
I interviewed Michael Kenworthy, I believe was his name, the kid in the second one.
Yeah.
Made me want to like it more. I don't love it, but
Yeah.
it has its moments.
Yeah, he's a cool enough
Nice
dude
guy.
in the
Yeah.
more brains doctor.
He's super nice if you ever get to meet him at a con.
And that movie has Dana Ashbrook killing zombies. So
Yeah.
I watched I watched Return of the Living Dead 2 with my wife a couple months ago, and she said it reminded her of like a Goonies zombie movie.
It's a very kid-friendly movie. It really is.
Yeah.
My daughter actually loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of I think what throws me always is just the tone change is so drastic. And I do hate the end. I mean, the electricity thing and the Michael Jackson zombie, all that is just dumb as hell.
Like, I mean, that's, Return of the Living Dead is dark. There's comedy to it, but first and foremost, it's a horror movie. Whereas, the sequel is, it's all right, let's make a wacky movie that's kind of spooky a little bit. Like, it might as well be a fucking Scooby-Doo movie. But I still like it. Don't get me wrong.
Ain't nothing wrong with Scooby-Doo.
No, I like Scooby-Doo.
Well, which Scooby-Doo show?
60s Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? I'm fine. I don't, and I know a lot of people are fond about 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. I'm not. I hate that fucking show.
Scooby-Doo, Where Are You was the one I watched with my dad when I was a kid.
Scooby-Doo, Where Are You was just on Cartoon Network. Fucking ad nauseam.
And the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, those would be on the weekends usually, and I just didn't care. I like the pup named Scooby-Doo.
I like the pup named
If I stayed home from school, that would be on 10:30. So
I loved a pup named Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Lorne, you were not in that target demographic. No.
You were 45 when that came out.
Pup named Scooby-Doo was condescending to kids. That's why I didn't like it. But the original show is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, original Scooby-Doo is the best.
Jay asked if we saw Fear Street Part 1 yet.
Maybe tonight, Jay.
I don't know what you're talking about, honey.
I guess I'm the only one that's seen it so far. It's the R.L. Stein books. It's based on the R.L. Stein books.
Where is this? Where can you find it?
Netflix.
Oh, I don't have Netflix.
Really?
There's going to be 3 of them.
I'm going to see Till Death tomorrow. The Megan Fox.
I've seen it.
Oh, they're finally going to kill that bitch? Oh, okay. Oops.
I'm going to theater to see it, though. So that's
Daily Ghost. Enjoyed Fear Street. He was surprised.
I enjoyed the Goosebumps movies. I thought they were very cute.
I'll never watch those because I fucking despise Jack Black. So
he's only in the first one.
I don't care.
He's in the second one.
Yeah, barely.
Well, shut up.
Barely.
Why is there such a discrepancy between the education of different people from Kentucky? You got Jonathan down here who's basically just fucking going, and then Jake is like an educated gentleman who knows what's what. I don't get it.
It should make sense because I live in BFE. And he's from Big Town, Kentucky.
Yes, I'm from
Big Town.
The fucking metropolis that is Owensboro, Kentucky.
Hey, it's the 3rd largest city in Kentucky. Okay,
and it's a famous Civil War battlefield. So,
yeah.
Of course, you were on the wrong side of it, but whatever.
If we were neutral. Where's the other shit worked out?
You keep saying that. You just keep saying that.
Yeah, no, guys, listen.
No, we were totally with you guys the whole time.
Yeah.
We're just way too close to those guys. Like they're right there.
I'll just note that you guys down south never even got to us.
Yeah.
You tried to come up through Pennsylvania and it just didn't work out for you, did it?
Again, you're talking to Dan here because Kentucky was minding their own fucking business.
And not for nothing though. If the Union didn't have such a pussy fucking lead general. Like the Union Army just like outnumbered the Confederacy by like just a ridiculous amount. But he's like, I don't want any of my guys to die.
Yes.
What if they didn't? What if they didn't like me?
His name's John something. He was a youth pastor when I was in high school.
I bet. It makes sense to me. It sounds like there's more youth pastors in Kentucky than any other state per capita.
Hey, we need a Mr. Bombastic shirt that says neutral as fuck on the back.
Oh, Dave, that's just the question, isn't it?
I think I'm going to like it just fine.
I think my expectations are I'm expecting a body count film.
Yeah,
nothing much else.
If I get that, I'll be fine with it.
That's what it's going to be. I mean,
Lorne has said it. I've said it. Probably 50,000 others have said it. If it wasn't called Halloween, that didn't have Michael Myers in it, it'd be fantastic. You know, Lauren wouldn't say it's fantastic, but like if it was just fucking a body count movie with any other fucking random, murder.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
it's
call it
not.
kills.
Yeah, just like Stabby McFuckerson. It was
Yeah.
just,
It's not like it's an
Stabbing a
untainted.
douchebag. Is on
It's not an.
He's gonna poke you.
It's not an untainted franchise. I mean, that's my thing.
No,
so,
it's not. It's not.
yeah.
I will say this: it's not. I mean, the trailer did give a lot away,
Trailer fucked everything up, dude.
Yeah.
including
I would
showing
What are you?
a quick scene of what probably is the last scene in the movie.
It's all your own faults for watching it
You know what,
because you
though?
knew
I
it
am
was gonna
glad.
ruin.
I'm glad
Jess is right.
It wasn't just a fucking walkout basement that he can't. That's how he got out. It's like, oh shit, there's a door down here. I'm just gonna leave. Hey,
If you really cared that much about being surprised, you should have never watched it past the teaser that was out like a year ago.
I agree. When teaser now is
Right.
What
But I think which is so fucking stupid. But no, I think the thing is, it's going to be bloody. There's going to be a lot of blood in it. It's not going to have anything to do with the original Halloween, and that's where I'll always come down on these new ones big time. And I've come down basically on everything after H2O for the same reason. They have nothing to do with the original Halloween. So to me, it's like the people who say, "Oh, I just like having Michael back killing people." It's like, fuck you. Is that all it is to you? Because it meant a lot more to me than that. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah. It'll work for some people. I mean,
hot dog.
Whoa.
Look who it is.
Y'all can't
Mr.
have
Stone Cold Canyons himself.
y'all can't have a Return of the Living Dead party without me, for God's sakes.
Well, it's over,
I
dude.
don't know. Mr. Oh, hey,
It's just-
pandemic's over. I want to go play music. You're
Excuse
supposed
me.
to stay in your house like everyone else. Pretend it's not over.
Don't
He had to
dream
kill-
it's over. Hey, now.
he had to kill
Clip
Grandma.
that.
Come on.
Go for it.
Sean says he's still more excited about Halloween Kills over the new Candyman. No
I
shit.
think the whole world is.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm more excited for Candyman.
I'm
woke
more-
enough. I don't need Candyman to help me.
Starbucks is bad.
I don't think you are yet.
You
I
know,
think there are new plateaus we can reach.
I want product placement. He's got to gut somebody in a Starbucks.
it's not. It's Starbucks, but it's not Starbucks. It's like Starbucks aren't actually involved in the production,
Starbucks.
but it's Starbucks.
I gotta admit, I just recently watched the trailer and
Suncash
it didn't look
coffee.
as bad as everybody was making it sound.
I just don't think I've seen the trailer.
So,
I'm
just-
just like
just-
wholly unenthused.
Let's ask. I'll just answer me this: are you cool with it? Just Candyman just being anyone who's stung by a bee from the original hive that stung Daniel Robitaille?
I don't care for that, but it still seemed like
Then get ready,
Candyman
buckle
was gonna
in.
be there though.
That was enough to get me to go, I don't give a fuck about this movie.
Mm.
Do
When
not
I-
get your hopes up. Do not get your hopes up for that.
Okay.
I popped hard like 2 years ago when they announced that Tony Todd was going to be in the movie. He's like, oh, fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Like they're going to do it correctly.
It's like now
And
he
then-
whispers for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just
He's actually just reprising his role from Final Destination. So they don't tell you.
I mean, you've already lost me a lot by just calling it Candyman. So
that's getting annoying.
Sugar Man.
It's a sequel, but we're just gonna
They're gonna change that to Honey Boy.
No, Sugar Dude.
I don't know. Listen, the first film, like
Honey Boy.
Candyman, was supposed to be a euphemism for drug dealer, and
Yeah.
they're not even sticking with that. Okay.
Well, some people's drugs is caffeine.
Now he's a
Man.
euphemism for racism.
Yeah.
It's about
Candyman.
Candyman's a guy who used to give candy to kids, but then he got shot by the cops. Come on.
Yeah.
Christian, since this is a Return of the
Candyman
Living
is just
Dead
Rodney
commentary.
King in this movie, actually. That's the twist.
Jesus Christ.
You're not a whole, you're not a whole lot
It's
off.
like, what was that? National Security? Fucking Steve Zane.
Yeah.
It's that B.
Yeah.
But Christian, what have you seen Return of the Living Dead ever?
Yes.
I guess everyone here is probably familiar with you, but We should rap on it for a couple minutes. Let's get your input here. And then we're going to start the movie over again.
Yeah,
Again?
talk about it.
Talk about
Okay.
it.
Squawk about it.
Zombie talk.
It's the greatest horror movie ever
Zombie
made.
talk. What? Say that again. Sorry.
It's the greatest horror movie ever made.
I think we should end on that. No. But, yeah, might as well end because, I don't want to take Jay's gimmick. It's 6-hour stream. So, Lauren, what do you got to promote? What are we doing?
This coming weekend, between the 9th and the 11th, I'll be in Louisville, Kentucky, which is not being bombed for a zombie infestation at the Imaginarium convention. Then on the 23rd, I have Evie Knight coming on for a discussion at 8 p.m. She's a recent Stoker winner, and we'll talk about her career and her views on the genre.
You better practice spitting out teeth, nerd. Mr. Bombastic, what do you got going on?
I ain't got shit going on, man.
Jesus.
I too will be in Louisville this coming weekend. I'm sure I'll stream something from there.
Excellent. Mr. Daniel Schein.
I think a lot of us are going to be in Louisville this weekend. Excited to see F. Paul Wilson. So I'm very excited. And you guys.
But not me, Dan. Fuck you.
That's how that works.
You didn't write the keep, Jonathan. I'm just saying.
You don't know that.
And Fleshman Features. I'm recording a lot of stuff.
Good stuff. Check that out over on their YouTube page.
Yes.
Mr. Slaughterport.
I got nothing.
Nothing. Any live commentaries coming up? Anything?
I gotta reach out to some people, but eventually, maybe next week.
But they're coming up. Keep an eye out, folks. Jess Graham.
Oh, good. Just go ahead and hit the play button there, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
You're making porn now?
Every day.
Sexy porn.
Jess coming in with a smooth baseline.
Fantastic. Christian, you weren't here, but what do you got?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
You need a medical podcast. It's all about different medical procedures. And he does that with a former transsexual prostitute named Ricky.
There you
It's
go.
pretty close anyway.
What is it? What is the condition called when you get an erection that lasts longer than 6 hours?
I think that's called the
Priapism?
Christian Hanahara
I think it's priapism.
Priapism.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Hey, Steak, what do you have coming up on your channel?
Oh, what do I have coming up on my channel? Mondays, 7:30 p.m., of course. The Off the Grill podcast. We have a special unboxing that Monday. So this coming Monday, check that out.
You're digging up a relative?
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. I mean, hopefully it'll be fun. But Wednesdays, we got Talking Horror. You guys will be you guys will be just as surprised as I am with the movie I throw up there this Wednesday. And then Friday, we'll have another Off the Grill food review. But that's all from me. Any other final whatever the fucks?
Your channel will be downhill from here because you just did a commentary for the greatest movie ever.
Correct. So let's. I got to do this now. I forgot. I'm one of these guys. Hold on. Shout out to the patrons: the Hayes and that Devon Graham, Christian Hanahara, S'mores Indoors, Nick Ridza, Jay the Stingray, Jess Graham, Cornelius Collection, and I should have fucking taken that comment off, but I'm fat and stupid. Leave me alone. So Jay the Stingray, Jess Graham, Cornelius Collection, Orc 145, 626, Daniel Schein, Lorne Dixon, Mr. Bombastic, and the newest
Retro cock.
Mr. Retro Cack. Thank you all so
Retro
much.
How
Oh,
come
guys.
Jay
Retro cock.
got 2 call outs. Don't think I didn't notice.
Well, we have something special, but
I know.
it's
I told you.
Priapism
I
as
told
well.
you.
Oh, that's
I
Saturday night.
told you I would wear corduroy for you, but no. Apparently, that is just Jay, and you're.
Doesn't look the same. All right, guys. As always, Iris loves you.